welcome to week 11 of the Stronger Bones Challenge. So we are nearly at the end, and today we are going back to my roots. This is osteoporosis Pilates after all, and this is a 15-minute Pilates workout that has been modified for osteoporosis. Now we're going to be looking at more of the traditional 34 mat exercises. Of course, we've not got time for all of them, but I've just chosen a few of my favorites that I think are really beneficial, and of course they have been adapted for osteoporosis. So a couple of things that you might need for this class, or I advise that you use: a long resistance band. We're going to use this to help adapt some of the exercises. And then also a block or a cushion, and I find that this really helps to take tension out of the neck when you're lying on your back and you're doing abdominal work. So if you don't have a block, you can of course use that small cushion. So let us get started, and we're going to warm up the way that Joe used to warm up himself with the Pilates 100. So I want you to come and lie onto your side and then onto your back. And the first thing that we're going to do is just take some nice deep breaths before we move into that 100 exercise, okay? So I want you to place your hands on your belly, make sure that you relax the rib cage into the floor, close the eyes and just take some nice deep inhales through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Now, as you are taking these nice deep inhales for me, I want you to imagine that that tailbone is heavy, the lower back is soft, your rib cage is relaxed, and the chest and collarbones are open. Now, as we take these nice deep inhales, the goal is that we get that breath a little bit deeper into the body, and we want to really try and connect with our breath through the whole of this exercise, okay, or through the whole of this class. So once you've finished your last one here, hopefully we've managed to send the breath into the hands and get a bit of a deeper flow. We're going to now move into our first exercise. So what I want you to do is take your feet up to tabletop position. Now, what we want to do, if you do not feel comfortable having both of your legs in the air, you can always keep one down on the mat. It changes it slightly, but this is a good variation if you want to keep balance. For those of you who are going to join me up here, you're going to take your resistance band and you're going to drape it across your shins. Now, this is going to act as a little bit of resistance as we do our arm work in our 100. So, the first thing that I want you to do is just hold on to that band with nice straight arms, and I want you to think of drawing your shoulder blades down your back. I want you to exhale, pull the band towards the floor, breathe out, and feel the abdominals contract underneath you, and then release, and then we go again. Exhale, pull the band down, resist the band, feel those abdominals contract. If you're doing this with one leg, exactly the same. You just have to be more mindful on that side. So again, I'll do this variation to exhale, keep going with whichever variation you're doing, and release. Last one here, exhale, and release. Now, we're coming back, and now we're going to add in our 100 breath. So you're going to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do that one more time for me. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to carry on with that breath pattern, but as you do your breath pattern, you're going to pull your band down, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Now you'll notice that my arms are really straight here. I'm working the back of the shoulder and the triceps. My abdominals are working hard as I take that exhale. And I'm having to stabilize my pelvis and my legs as I pump that band. So everyone's going to give me 3 more sets here. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, feel that gentle connection as the waist narrows when you exhale. Last 2, inhale. Exhale. Last 1, inhale. Exhale. Hold it there. Just pull those knees in towards the chest and give them a little circle each way. So hopefully we've got breath connected and we've started to warm up through those abdominals. So let's carry on with our next couple exercises. Pop that band to one side,
Pull both of the knees in towards the chest. Now, what most people will do in this position is lift the tailbone up. I want you to really think of anchoring your tailbone down. Put both hands on top of your right shin and extend your left leg forward. Now, a general rule, the lower that leg is, the harder it is to maintain the position of the pelvis. So you're going to choose how high or how low you want to take it. 45 degrees is a good place to start. You're then going to pull this leg in as far as you can and widen the elbows so that we've got width across our back. Head is relaxed and we change those legs over. 10 and 9, and I want you to pull the knee in close, and 6, we go. 5, see if you can play with the height. 4, keeping the pelvis neutral. 3 and 2, last one. Now this last one, whichever knee you've got in front, you're going to lift and lower. So this is a little variation on that single leg stretch. I'm keeping my knee close to my chest, my tailbone down, abdominals are keeping the position of the spine, and we're working those hip flexors and the glutes slightly. So think of pressing down through that hamstring, exhale, pulling up. Last one here, pressing down and up. You're then going to lower that leg, switch those over, same thing on the other side. Pull the knee in close, lift and lower and down. Keep on breathing, we go up and down. So what we want to try is maintain the position of the body as the leg moves, right? To be able to have that control. You've got your last 2 here, lift and down. Now this last one, bring it 45 degrees, hug the knees into the chest. We go straight into our double leg stretch. We start with the legs at tabletop position, hands on top of the thighs, and I want you to push down into the hands, feel the abdominals sink towards the floor. You're then going to stretch arms away from you, circle the arms around and pop them back on the knees. So this is the first variation, right? Exhale, I push down into my hands to feel my abdominals and center connect. I keep that connection as I reach the arms around and come back, just twice more. What we want to avoid is that rib cage lifting and the spine arching. That's why we press down into the hands to feel this connection. And I always like to think bra strap to the mat. That helps me really connect and keep my back wide. Last one here, reach and back. Now, if this felt easy peasy lemon squeezy, we're going to add on. This time as you stretch the arms away, you're also going to stretch the legs away. The legs stay where they are as you circle around, and then you bring everything back to that position. We stretch back, we circle, and we come around. Now, of course, the lower that we take those arms and legs, the harder the exercise. So on these next couple, I want you to have a little play and see how low you can take them. We want to think of creating almost like a sort of banana shape, right? We're keeping our head on the mat to reduce the fracture risk. So what I want you to think of is you've got to think of drawing your abdominals and your bra strap into the mat. You can see how hard I'm working. I'm shaking a little bit. I'm going to circle around and come down, because actually the more traditional position is a little bit easier. It's a little bit easier to connect into your center when you curl up. So we've got to work extra hard when that head's down. Last one here, reach, circle, and in. Give those knees a little circle in each direction for me. Roll onto your side and sit yourself back up. Now from there, we're going to move our block out of the way. We're going to grab hold of our band and we're going to do a little modification on the roll up. So we've done our 100 single leg stretch, double leg stretch. Now let's do our roll up. I pull my knees in towards my chest to place the band around my feet. Try and get the band nice and thick across the feet. Keep the feet flexed. Now, if you're somebody when you're sitting on the mat in this position with the legs straight and you find your back is really rounded and you can't sit up, I want you to sit on that block, right? That's going to elevate the pelvis, take out that tension in the lower back, okay? If not, I want you to sit up as tall as you can, holding onto the band. Now, this is a take on our traditional roll up. We're going to maintain a lovely straight spine as we do this. And I want you to very gently just tilt the pelvis back just an inch or so. This gives us freedom and space to allow to hinge back in a flat spine. And then I'm going to use my arms to pull myself up.
to center. So traditionally, a roll up is designed to work the spine through a full range of motion. But we are trying to reduce the amount of forward flexion that we do, or loaded forward flexion that we do. So this is a little variation I like to teach my clients. We're learning how to gently mobilize the pelvis. We're keeping our spine in that beautiful hip hinge position, which strengthens our spinal extensors. And if we pull upwards, we get a little bit of a work for the biceps as well. So slightly different variation, okay? But it allows us to mobilize the spine in a slightly different way, strengthen different parts of the body. So this is a really good alternative to your roll-up, hinging back. And I've tilted that pelvis a little bit because if I don't tilt the pelvis, right, if I don't gently pull the pubic bone towards the belly button, what happens is you can get stuck there and you get this big curve, a lot of pressure through that lumbar. So just gently tilting my pelvis, it gives me freedom and space to move. You're going to give me your last two here. Gentle tilt, then lean back. I use that band to pull myself upright. Last one here, guys. Tilt, lean back. Use those biceps to pull yourself back up. From there, we're going to pop that band to one side. You're going to open your legs to the width of your mat. Now, we're going to go into saw. Stay seated on that cushion. Saw traditionally revolves around flexion, forward flexion, and rotation. So we're going to add to this, okay? We're going to start off with a gentle rotation. And if I face this way, you're going to be able to see really clearly. I put my fingers, right, backs of my fingertips together into the center of my chest, and I gently rotate my rib cage from right to left. Now you'll notice I'm working within a smaller range of motion, okay? Because if I keep my fingertips directly underneath my chest, that's my maximum rotation, right? A lot of people will turn the head and turn the shoulders, and then we're moving from here. And our goal is actually to mobilize our thoracic spine, okay? Our rib cage. So I want you to keep it small. Now, once you kind of figured out that range of motion, we're gonna add in our hip hinge, which is our forward flexion moment. So I'm going to turn back this way so you can see, and I actually advise for this part, bending your knees slightly, lifting out of your hips. We're going to stretch our hands forward, and then we're going to reach them up towards the ceiling. From there, I want you to imagine someone's pulling you up by your wrists. You're going to tilt your pelvis forward, sitting bones to the sky as you lean forward, and then come back. Now, if it doesn't feel good with your hands in the air, you can do this as with your hands on your hips, or you can do this with your hands forward. But the key to this exercise is to move from the pelvis. So I'm tilting my tail feathers up towards the ceiling as I lean forward, right? Pubic bone goes down, tail feathers go up, and then I'm coming back, okay? This is not a big range of motion. I have a lot of flexibility in my hips, so you can see I go quite far. But if you feel like you're only moving a little bit, that's okay, yeah? Once you've done that, we're gonna add on, okay? So we're gonna have our hands in between, and I'm gonna turn on this slight diagonal so you can see. Hands into my chest. We're gonna rotate in one direction, so I want you to turn one direction, come back to center, stretch the arms, and you're gonna hip hinge forward. Then we're going to come back to center, pop the hands into the chest, rotate towards our other side, come back through center, hip hinge forward. Now, if you don't want to use those arms, you can keep your hands at your chest the whole time. But what we're doing is we're recreating rotation through our spine and flexion forward, but we're keeping our spine in that beautiful alignment, which means our spinal extensors have to work extra hard. Yes, guys, you're going to give me one more here. Rotate. Come to center. Tail feathers to the ceiling, hip hinge forward. Lift. Rotate to the other side. Come forward, hip hinge. Sit up nice and tall and relax. The only time I'll let you collapse that spine in a Pilates class. Now, there we have it, our roll up and our saw. We're going to move into our final two exercises, and you don't need those bands. We're going to be working on our teaser and our Pilates push-up. Now, teaser, traditionally, we're in this position. So we're balanced, you know, often, you know, we're sitting into that lumbar and we're balancing on that sacrum. It can be very difficult. So I found a great way of us to load our bones when we do it, and we're going to be on all fours. So we know we have to load our bones to get stronger. We're going to flip the exercise the opposite way round so that we can really load the body. So you're going to have wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. And I want you to think of pushing your mat away so you've got width across your shoulder blades. Lift the abdominals. And what I mean by that is not rounding the spine, having that sense that I'm not relaxed here, right? I have this feeling of lifting up. My toes are tucked under. We're going to exhale, lift the knees 1 inch off the mat, keeping our spine beautiful and straight, lowering back down. And you're going to give me 3 of those. Exhale, imagine that you push the floor away, maintain your lovely back, and come back down. 2 more. I like to imagine I'm balancing my champagne glass on my back, right? Who doesn't love that? And last one here, hold. And then release. So we're going to add on, right? We're going to create that teaser shape. So you're going to exhale, engage the abdominals, lift those knees up. Now you're going to straighten those legs and press those hips up towards the sky. So you make that teaser shape. Now, if it feels tight in the hamstrings, you can keep those knees bent. What I'm looking for is tail feathers to the sky, long spine. You're then going to lower back down. See if you can just hover the knees off 1 inch and then relax. And we're going to do that 3 more times. So we exhale, lift the knees off 1 inch. Exhale, press those hips to the sky, lengthening the back. If you can, elongate those legs. Ears in line with the arms. Bend those knees, flat back. 1 inch off the mat and lower back down. 2 more here, guys. This is tough. Exhale, push the mat away, knees 1 inch off. Push your hips back. Tail feathers to the sky. Elongate the legs if you can. Press the heels down if you can. Bend those knees. 1 inch off, nice flat back and down. Last one here, best one ever. Exhale. Engage as we lift. Press the hips back. So we're using the strength in our shoulders. Lengthen the legs if you can to stretch the hamstrings. Now this time, we're going to lower those knees all the way down. We're going to sit onto the floor and we're going to hinge those hips back. Take a bit of pressure out of those wrists. Nice deep breath in here and release. Final one here and release. So our final exercise, traditional style, we're going to finish with a Pilates push-up and we're going to be doing it on our feet. So I will see you there. So this final little exercise is traditional because we're going to finish on our feet. Now, traditional roll-up is a roll down and a walk out to plank, but we're going to eliminate the roll down and we're going to do a hip hinge. So I'm going to show you, and this is also a great way to get up and down off the mat in a mat class, okay? Feet are a comfortable distance apart. You're going to bend your knees and you're going to come into a hip hinge or like a squat, right? Flat back. From there, I'm going to keep lowering down. I'm going to let my heels lift and I'm going to put my hands on the floor. We're then going to walk out to a kneeling plank, making sure that we slightly rotate the fingertips out. You're going to give me 3 beautiful push-ups. Going down 3 and 2. Super important for upper body strength. Last one, I keep my elbows close. From there, I'm going to walk my hands back. Now, this is the tricky part. I'm going to shift my bum back, let my knees lift and keep my heels up. And I want you to try to lift your chest as much as you can. And then I'm going to stand up nice and tall. Now we're going to do that twice more. And I'm going to do it with a variation of my knees off in my push-up. From there, we're going to come down. We're then going to walk out. Knees down if you don't feel comfortable, knees up if you want that challenge. 3 push-ups, 3. You notice how I squeeze my elbows close to my body, right? Last one. From there, you pop those knees down, you walk the hands back, knees up, bum down, chest lifts, stand up nice and tall. Last one here, gang, here we go. Hinging, keep that nice flat back, hands out. Walking out with that beautiful flat spine. Knees up if you want the challenge, knees down if you need support. 3, or maybe you want to switch it up. 2, last one. From there, knees go down. Walk those hands back, right? Bum down, knees up, chest lifts, stand up nice and tall. And there we have it, guys. That was our quick 15 minutes, 100% osteoporosis safe Pilates class. I hope that you enjoyed it. Well done for getting to week 11. Next week is the final week of the challenge, and I look forward to seeing you there.